As you know, Mojang monetizes Minecraft as much as they can. In addition to the fact that the game is paid, you can buy spin-off parts of Minecraft, buy maps, add-ons, texture packs, even a paid server in the form of realms, various books of novels, and hundreds of tutorials. And I don't even mention the animated series from Netflix and the full-fledged movie from Warner Bros. But the lion's share of the earnings comes from the official merch. Today I ordered a huge box full of merch and I want to show you exactly what I bought. I'm gonna start with a very interesting item. It's a portal to Nether. In it we'll find minifigures and, most importantly, a chance to get a real collector's item, a golden totem of undying. I mean, it's actually made of gold. The chance of finding it is extremely low. Okay, there are as many as 15 steps of instructions. The first step is to take the pack and open it. Then we take all the stuff out of the box, and here we have a portal to Nether, some weird sword, and a workbench. In the workbench there was an empty bottle and a packet of hearts. After that, we have to open the portal to Nether. The first layer is just a regular plastic lid, and the second layer looks like a regular yogurt wrapper. Underneath it, there was some strange slimy but still hard jelly. You're supposed to use your sword to take out parts of the mobs, but it was easier for me to get all that jelly out just using my fingers. As it turns out, there are hard holes in the parts of the figures. They serve either as solid glue or something else, but we're supposed to wet those parts with the help of the bottle. So I placed all the hearts in the right holes, and I was supposed to pour water into the chest because I have to fill the bottle with water from the chest. I wasn't lucky, there was a bone waiting for me in the chest and I didn't find the golden totem there. Then I poured water into the chest and filled the bottle. After that, you just need to moisten the heart and stick the parts of the mobs together. As for me, it's quite cool, but considering the fact that I didn't get a golden totem, I'm not quite happy. Have you ever done a jigsaw puzzle? It's not a hard thing to do actually. The main thing is to choose an interesting picture that has a lot of different colors. But what about 3D puzzles, huh? Have you ever heard of such a wonder? When I first saw them, my jaw dropped. Literally. At first glance, it looks like something cursed, but the company that makes them also makes official board games. In the box, there are 2 puzzle shapes, 2 plastic attachments, 2 cards, and of course the puzzles themselves. There are not that many of them, only 60 pieces. When you're dealing with usual puzzles, after they're thrown out on the table, you need to place them face up. But it's not the case with these 3D ones. After all, there are numbers and arrows on the backside that indicate which way to move. In general, it's not very difficult, but quite cool. I liked it. After all the puzzles were put in the right places, it was necessary to connect them all into one figure. But before that, we should close the ugly side with numbers, using the cardboard with a print. As it turned out, it's a small mini jewelry box. You can store various things in it, but there's not much space inside. Of course, the most standard item is the mug. I don't have a lot of official stuff like this, but to my humble opinion, the print looks pretty weak. The colors are kind of undersaturated, especially if you look at the workbench. Overall, there's a creeper, zombie, enderman, Alex, and Steve. I think it's gonna do fine when you want to drink tea or coffee, especially since it can be heated in the microwave and washed in the dishwasher. I poured boiling water in it and it didn't crack. Thanks for that. That's all you need to know about this mug. It does its job. The next item is a 25cm tall cardboard zombie figure. I'll be honest with you, origami is my weakness. My fingers are too big for stuff like that. Okay, here we go. We cut off the sticker on both sides, and we see that there's cardboard. What else did you expect to see there? The funny thing is, when I put all this on the table, there was a ladder that intrigued me. I printed it out, and inside, I also found the instructions and the rest of the zombie card parts. But come on, why one part was in the envelope and the other part was put like that just in the box? It's weird. The instructions are as straightforward as possible, but the only downside is that it's gray colored. If you've never done anything like that, it might bring some discomfort. Even though origami is definitely not my thing, but I nailed it quite easily. Everything's simple. 2 pairs of arms, 2 pairs of legs, a torso, and a head. After you're done with the legs, you need to attach them to the assembled torso. And the most important thing is that you don't need to use glue or tape. You're supposed to do it with a special piece of cardboard that connects the parts into one big figure. It took me about 20 minutes to finish it. What I liked most of all is that the zombies' hands are movable. They can be both lowered and raised. Now you can put the figure on a shelf, and every time when you look at it, you'll be proud of yourself that you managed to create something like that with your hands. This next product intrigued me a lot. There's such a thing as a stress ball. It's supposed to sort of help you relieve stress when you're freaked out or anxious in some way. It's a common practice. People calm down much faster if they take their mind off something bad and switch their attention. So, Mojang offers us a stress block. It's a cubic pumpkin face, but it says it's a jack-o'-lantern. Right off the bat, it neither glows at night nor emits light in general. It's actually the most standard and common stress block. It's pretty hard, resilient, and it doesn't smell. You'll have to make a lot of effort to squeeze it. If you happen to accidentally die in your hardcore world after a long survival, it's kinda supposed to help you come to terms with defeat and move on. If you squeeze it often, you can even pump up your arm. Minecraft turned 15 this year, and of course, in honor of this event, special merch was created. For example, stickers. I saw some collectible birthday stickers on the website. I thought they were gonna be special stickers, but in fact, they turned out to be just stickers. These have been around for a long time. It's just a new collection. You have to buy a separate album for them and stick them in there. Unfortunately, these are just ordinary stickers. What I don't like most of all is that they're often just screenshots from the game and sometimes they're of very poor quality. Here's the thing, the card zombie asks you to like and subscribe. I have another idea. Do you want me to make a video where I order merch, but not the official one? I'm talking about the merch from China. Please write your thoughts in the comments. When I was ordering items, this one was on discount, and I figured, why not give it a go? I didn't even read what it was. At first glance, I thought it was just a regular decorative pillow, but it's actually a door stopper. Can you believe it? Everything is as simple as possible. You throw it in front of the door to prevent it from closing or opening. It's quite heavy, I think it's about 2 pounds, but the funny thing is, if you bang your foot on it, it will not hurt. It's soft, the heavy part is right at the bottom and in the center of the cube. It's all high quality and cool, but I wouldn't buy it for myself. I think it's pretty useless, really. If you love reading, then you're definitely gonna enjoy the next thing, I guess. It's a book light. This device is gonna help you if you like to read in the dark, while you don't really like the light from a light bulb. Things like this are popular, they've been around for a long time, but in this case they designed it in Minecraft style. The clip from this light is pretty sturdy and also has rubber tips so it won't slip off paper surfaces. Additionally, the clip can change its shape depending on the thickness of the book. That's where advantages and disadvantages begin. First of all, to power this light, you'll need as many as 3 batteries. This is silly that you can't simply charge it. Secondly, the light from this bulb is as weak as it can be. In total darkness, your eyes will be very strained and you're not gonna see anything. I have no idea who's gonna like it. Considering the 3 batteries, the diode should glow much brighter. Do you wear an Apple Watch or other smartwatches? Are you serious? These things are way too old-fashioned. The touchscreen digital Minecraft watch is another matter. It's the new fashion trend. Actually, it's not a bad idea, at least it's a pretty stylish bracelet by kids' standards. But if you press on the face of the Enderman or swipe on it, you're gonna see the clock face that shows the time. It appears literally for a few seconds. And then with a nice animation, the clock face disappears. To be honest, I don't even understand how to configure them. I mean, there are no buttons and you'll probably need to take it apart to set the time. The watch feels really comfortable even on my hand. If you wanted to decorate your workplace, then you'll definitely like the following item. This is a mini skeleton table lamp. It's actually a knockoff of Funko Pop figures, but with the light feature. The collection consists of 6 figures, mostly the famous mobs and antagonists of Minecraft. The truth is that Steve seems to have undergone some kind of metamorphosis, or he didn't use sunscreen. There we have a skeleton figure, and of course you'll need 2 batteries to make it work. It's really very weird. The little book light needed 3, but here it only needs 2. In the darkness it shines quite brightly. Unfortunately the camera doesn't capture it, but this figure will definitely decorate your table. The next thing I want to show you looks pretty weird. It's a solar-powered figurine. Yeah, it turns out these things do exist. In my case, it's an Alex figurine. I want to say right away that it's of the worst quality and looks extremely bad. Of course, the figure is plastic and its surface is kind of rough. It feels like it was printed on a 3D printer. The paint is very dull and you can see irregularities on the print, and on the one side of the figure, there's a hairline crack. Okay, so what's the feature? There's a little solar panel on the side. As soon as the sunlight hits it, Alex starts moving his hands from side to side, as if repeating the movements from the game when mining blocks. The idea is very cool, but it's poorly implemented. I think that by the first footage, you thought that I'm holding a very strange torch right now. Yeah, there's an official torch from Minecraft, and it's a full-fledged lamp. You can even hang it on the wall like in the game. But you might be surprised, because I'm holding a water bottle. Yeah, if we unscrew the top layer of grass, we can see the neck of the bottle. To be honest, it's a bit weird, considering that there is not much space for water in in there, and carrying something like this with you will be problematic because of the form factor. But if you want to get some extra attention from others, this bottle is created exclusively for you. Let me show you another version of the lamp, which is much cooler than the previous one. This time I have a lamp in the form of a piggy, and when I bought it, for some reason I thought it was a night light. I mean, I thought it could be plugged into an outlet and it would light up the room nicely, thus blocking hostile monsters from appearing near my bed. But no way, it's another battery-operated lamp. Yeah, they love those toxic things. No, you can't charge it as well, and it takes 3 batteries to make it work. The problem is it can only stand in one position. What I liked is that it shines the brightest of the previous lamps and can really serve as a nightlight. I don't know what I was thinking when I was buying this thing, but I have a thermos in my hands. This is the most standard and most typical thermos. I think everyone has such a thing. This form factor is copied by every company and then they just add some decorations. I even have a similar thermos from YouTube. These thermoses hold heat quite well, but I haven't tested them somewhere in the Antarctic ice, for example, so I can't say anything. This next thing I really like. It's literally a piggy bank. What could be more ingenious than that? The designers literally took a pig from Minecraft and created a piggy bank out of it. It looks quite stylish, it's made entirely of plastic, but the print and its texture are very nice and high quality. At the bottom there is a rubber plug through which you can take out the money. It'll look beautiful somewhere in the surface, and due to the fact that it has a large cut, you can place any coins and bills there. The process of pulling money out of the piggy bank is not very complicated. Believe me guys, the lion's share of all existing merch is figurines, specifically different variations of creepers. This time I have a charged creeper. It comes with a huge block of dynamite, it's very high quality and quite weighty. Then comes the creeper itself. I admit to you that this is probably the best quality figurine of all today's products. Its advantage is that the creeper's legs are movable, so in theory you can even create a stop-motion animation. The kit also comes with a sort of suit for the creeper to make him charged, but it looks a bit cheesy to be honest. So if you want to put it in the shelf, then it should be the usual creeper and the dynamite. Well, if you find yourself getting wet in the rain somehow, you definitely need an umbrella. I bought this one just for fun. I just wanted to see how it's gonna look like in real life. Overall, it's nothing supernatural, it's a pretty cheap umbrella, it doesn't even have a mechanism for automatic opening and closing, I mean, you have to do everything manually, and in general, it's designed for kids, because it's extremely small and quite light. The last thing for today is the Nerf Pillager Crossbow. I've never owned something like this before. In my childhood, my Nerf was a stick in the shape of the letter L. Inside this cool box you can find 2 parts, the crossbow and the trigger. As it turns out, the only thing from the crossbow here is the design and the bowstring, which doesn't need to be tensioned. Once assembled, the crossbow is ready to go. It's kinda strange that it didn't paint it as in Minecraft, it's a giant shortcoming. The kit comes with 3 foam projectiles. They're moderately hard and soft. I will note that they are inserted into the front part of the crossbow, then, as if the bowstring is pulled, and with the help of the trigger you can make a shot. By the way, the projectiles are not fired all together, only one by one, which is of course a huge plus. I don't know what else to say, I don't have anyone to play Nerf with, but I think it's pretty fun, although 3 projectiles won't be enough. Okay, there are a lot of products, the prices are very high, and if it were not for the video, I wouldn't even buy most of them. Maybe if I get enough likes here, I'll do the same thing, I'll buy the worst stuff from China, like fake stuff and stuff like that, so write in the comments if you want me to make such a video. While you're waiting for the new video, you can watch these, they're also very interesting. Subscribe to the channel, put your likes and click on the bell. See you in the next one, cause we explore Minecraft in a new way.